Impact Radio 102.1 FM. Good morning, Lagos. Good morning, Nigeria. Welcome to the newspaper review, where we get to analyze all of the stories that made front page in some of the dailies that we have with us today. And as usual, on the paper review, we try to make sense of the stories that we get to see on the front page of the papers. And yes, it's going to be an abbreviated version where we'll take it little by little for you. And so just rush into it to give you all of the details that you need this morning. My name is Uche Okorie, and I am not alone this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jumaili Asu. How you doing? How did you sleep? Did you wake up in the right side of the bed? Because I didn't wake up in the right side of the bed, but I wish you did. And welcome to the news
paper review. Yes,
review.
Obviously, it's obvious you didn't wake up at the right side of the bed this morning, but I'm sure that as the paper review goes on, we will rejig your feeling this morning for you to be on the right side of the papers. Let's go straight to the papers this morning. We'll start with the Guardian newspaper this morning, and the Guardian has this one for us. It says, poor digital retail offering mar. Okay, I take that one again. Poor digital details offerings mar 85 trillion naira stock market potential. You find this story on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. Poor digital retail offerings mar 85 trillion naira stock market potential. That one you find on page 86. And many times in Nigeria, we talk about how the business environment is not really as good as it ought to be. And in this situation, you get to find out that businesses suffer because sometimes what is supposed to be the bedrock of the business is not standing as what is meant to stand on. You know what they say. When you have a poor foundation, the building can't hold. And so therefore, it's important that as long as Nigeria wants to go into that part of being a developed country, that part of having everything they need 100%, they need to have the proper foundation, which is one of the things that is affecting the stock market's potential this time around, because it's not just good enough. The digital retail offerings are not just good enough, and an 85 trillion naira stock is being affected by it. This is a stock market that can get to even more than 85 trillion naira, if as the case may be. But let's see how all of this one pans out. If you look on the Guardian this morning, you get to see detail of things that hinder this stock market's potentials. So you can go look at that one for you to find out all of the detail this morning. Beside that one, RCEC fixes August 30 for LG pools as groups kick. You find this story on page 7 of the Guardian newspaper. In case you are not aware, the Rivers State government has actually fixed August 30th as the elections of the local government. And before now, in February, the Supreme Court or the court, cancelled the elections that took place in the local government in 2024, which was conducted by the suspended governor, Similaye Fubara of the state. And now the sole administrator and the association, that is the association, the body in charge of conducting elections in Rivers State, which is the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, has put the date as August 30th for a new election. It was supposed to be August 9th, but it was pushed 21 days after, which is on the 30th. But so many groups are kicking against that date. They are kicking against the election, some not in favor of that elections coming to fruition. But let's see how all of this one pans out for Rivers State in the coming days. Underneath it, cement firms profits up by 229% on FX stability as revenue hits 3.2 trillion naira. This is on the business page 15 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. NMA threatens strike Rules exit of 30 doctors in Jigawa. That story you find on page 3. The Nigerian Medical Association threatening to go on strike. They first gave a 21-day ultimatum, which was supposed to be on Thursday last week, and they spoke to the federal government. I guess promises were made, and a new 21-day ultimatum was given. So 2 days has been gone from those new 21-day ultimatum, if I get my calculations right. But strike for doctors, how badly do you think that will affect the people, especially now in Nigeria as things are right now?
It's actually very bad. Like, doctors going on strike, like, is that necessary? Is it needed?
Well,
like, those are the basic things we need. Like, the government should, and those, like, when you need basic amenities, the doctors, medical line are the basic amenity in a country. So assuming now they go on strike, finally a lot of people will literally die.
Of course.
So I mean, I don't know, I'm not surprised though, because if you have like money, even the president, governors, everybody, they're going abroad for medical checkups. So I'm not surprised why they will not be really concerned. It's not going to be something like they would put. It's going to be burning in their hearts, because they do not even take. They don't even come for checkup in Nigeria. They don't have hospitals here that they go to. They don't even use the one that they even endorse or open. So it is just the what we call the lower class that will suffer this.
The ordinary Nigerians.
Yes, that will suffer this, and it's really bad.
Well, it is indeed really, really bad. Moving on to other stories right here on the Guardian newspaper this morning. SDP expels El-Rufai, bans him for 30 years. That's huge. This one you find on page 3. This has to do with the coalition saga going on right now, as El-Rufai is part of the coalition with the ADC, and I guess probably the SDP is not happy about that one. Other stories: 4 trillion naira legacy debt threatens power sector stability. Adelabu warns, and we've spoken about this one constantly since the figures came out, that there's a huge debt of 4 trillion naira in the power sector, which is huge. But one thing is important: it's not you and I, the ordinary Nigerians, who are owing this money.
Exactly.
I believe maybe in some parts of Nigeria that still has people using maybe the analog meters, because everybody's not metered yet in Nigeria. We still have a huge number of people, which, if we do the calculations as have been done with the ways meter has been shared, before we'll get every Nigerian metered, is going to be taken on that over 50 years. If we use how the numbers have been shared all this while, the 1.2 million shared, the 2 point something, it's take us years before we'll get everybody metered. So we do know a huge number of Nigerians are not metered yet, and so it's possible that some of them might be owing, because analog, I remember when we were on analog, sometimes you owe 3 months, 4 months, and it's piled on your bill and all of that. But we've seen a huge number that has come out from parastatals, federal buildings, federal parastatal, state parastatal buildings that we know have budgets for electricity,
and they don't pay.
We see all of these things, and we wonder, how do they allow it get so much that this debt has become a huge burden on the power sector? Why is it that the ordinary Nigerians get to face consequences when they do not pay for their bills, but when it comes to parastatals, they are owing way more than what the ordinary Nigerian can ever owe? They don't get to face consequences, and this is the reason why we are in this challenge in the first place. What do you think?
I'm perplexed a little bit, because I mean, these same people these same people that the parastatals that are fighting corruption are even the one that are
owing,
still in debt. Yes. It's thought provoking at times, when you be like, okay, these people that are meant to lead us are the one making these mistakes that are correcting we the common or the lay Nigerians, people that we are looking up to. Okay, oh, do not do this, but they're the one actually doing it. So what are we to do?
Man, I guess we're in sort of a picky situation then. But it's all good. It's all good. Let's move on other stories, which we have right here on the front page of the Guardian newspaper. Tinubu honors Super Falcons with OON flat millions for WAFCON triumph. This story you find on page 8. Congratulations to the ladies, 10 times champion of the Women African Cup of Nations.
It's not easy.
It's
not easy. The men should learn from this,
Yes, I fully support.
Oh, you support?
Yes, I do. I do. It's
I'm
amazing. Oh, why should you? It's amazing.
I thought you were going to say that. No.
Oh no, we don't do that here.
Okay.
We don't do that here. It's amazing what the Falcons have done. 10 times champion. This is a competition that has been played, I think, 12 times in its history. For them to win 10 times, South Africa having won, and I think
and one other country.
I can't even remember. That's how bad it is. You can't even remember the other country that has won. It has been Nigeria all the same. And not only is it like a continental glory, it's also a world glory, as this is the highest for a continental competition, as the only people close are the US national team, women national team with 9, and the Chinese national team with 9 within their own continental competitions. And so Nigeria the Falcons is actually the first with 10 titles in their continental competition. So that's huge, with each of the players getting $100,000 from the president.
I have one question though.
Oh yes.
We're in Nigeria.
Yes.
Why is the president giving them in dollars?
Yes. A huge question. I
saw that news last night, and the comment section was like, we're in Nigeria, why don't you pay them
in Naira? The equivalent in Naira.
Yes, because I mean abroad they would never use
the Naira. Of course.
So why are we using theirs?
Well, it is what it is.
And I pray they give them, because I was hearing another I think
you're taking us different places already with one story.
I do pray they give them, because I saw another news yesterday when the Lagos State governor was giving this woman that did, I think she won gold medal. It's been long. She won gold medal in the Olympics years ago.
Okay.
They're just giving her what they promised her
couple of years ago.
Yes. The 3-bedroom flat that they promised to give her then, they're just fulfilling it now. So everybody was in the comment section again, was like, please, we hope they give them, the money and everything they promised them, because they truly deserve this.
Obviously, they truly deserve it, and that is a different angle at which you took us to, because truthfully, we've seen in so many times where government has promised things to athletes that have made Nigerian proud, that have made the country proud, and it doesn't get fulfilled immediately, and it takes years before it gets fulfilled.
I'm always thinking that there's a body
that's supposed to be
like
for
they're
this.
already giving, it's already in the all these the things they promised them is already there. It's just for this
body to make sure it gets to them, association or committee
to just
let's get this done.
But maybe they might say it and now go and set up that committee, or they don't even do it at all. But if they wanted to immediately, they want this thing on Saturday. The committee could have been set up on Sunday or Monday before they even came. That okay, this is their money. So what we are saying is being fulfilled immediately, if not even yesterday or today.
I feel you on that one. 2 major points: getting it to them as at when due, and why are we paying in dollars when we are in Nigeria? And if I remember, the EFCC of recent came out with a law stating that nothing, at least re-enacting the law, stating that nothing or no one should transact in Nigeria with another foreign currency.
Okay, but the president is doing that.
Well, you don't have to put your voice low. We still heard you at the end of the day. But yeah, anyways, we move on that particular one. Other stories which you find here: WHO declares hepatitis D cancerous urges swift global action. Huge one. World Hepatitis Day celebrated yesterday, and so you should know why hepatitis is all over the news. Go get checked and be sure you do the necessary things to make sure you do not get affected. MRA records 141 attacks on journalists in 2 years. Nigerian journalists becoming a rare species now. Attacks over attacks with the Media Rights Action Group talking about the 2 years of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration being the worst for journalists. 2 years, 141 attacked. That's huge numbers according to Media Rights Action. In Nigeria in entirety.
Wow.
Yeah,
So should we
141.
just be saying justice for journalists?
Well, that's something I should have started years and years ago, because even now, investigative journalists do not seem to exist anymore.
They are going abroad where it's
easier to practice. They're now like, how will I put this now? A species that is going extinct in Nigeria. We only have a few that still exist that I know of. I know of FIJ, I know of David Udenyi, but where is David? Probably in another country serving exile. FIJ, yes, in Nigeria doing his bit, but we've known how many times he has been arrested just for trying to do what he knows how to do best, which is investigate.
I remember those days where they fear journalists, like
yeah, once a
that
journalist
is
is
like
around,
celebrity.
once a journalist around, you
Everybody
understand
sits
everybody
upright.
behaves themselves.
Yeah, so that you would not be,
In the news. You don't want to be
Exactly.
caught doing the wrong
Bad
thing by a
press.
journalist. Bad press. Because then they used to see journalists as the unofficial, fourth arm of government. We were taught all of that in school. We were so proud to want to be journalists. But now, how many people want to be journalists? How many people are bold enough to say, hey, I want to be journalist? But we move on. We move on with other stories. Security forces kill 45 bandits in Niger, suffer casualties in Katsina. That one you find on page 30. And that's the much we can take for The Guardian. And from The Guardian, just because we are running fast out of time, we'll take all of the other papers as quick as we can. The Daily Trust newspaper having some major stories here. 2027, ANPP bloc insists on VP slot. It's president's prerogative. This is according to Ali Modu Sharif. As we continue to have the back and forth within the APC, as we have so many parties that formed the APC in the coalition in 2015, the CPC, the ANPP, the new PDP, and different parties. And now the NPP bloc in the APC are insisting we want the VP slot. This is at a time where rumors are everywhere that maybe President Bola Ahmed Tinubu might not be using the same running mate come 2027. Rumors, as like people claim, and this, people stirred out because in his time as governor in Lagos State for his 8 years, he used 3 deputy governors, and so many people are of the opinion maybe the leopard has not changed the sport and won't change the sport, and maybe it's the same thing that might happen this time around. But the president has not given any indication that is happening, and it's just a rumor. So let's move on. Other stories. Tinubu gives Super Falcons highest reward in 27 years. We've spoken about that one. Kaduna residents lament as landlords increase rents by 150%, and you wonder why they do so, because it's not like salaries have increased. It's not like things are getting better in the country.
You know what is funny?
What's
when
funny?
You ask them, why are you increasing the house rent? I mean, you're not changing anything. And they'll be like, fuel has increased.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, how does fuel affect?
What about me? This is also affecting
Exactly.
me as a person. So how am I supposed to get more to give to you when all of this is,
the salary that I'm even collecting is not increasing?
well, this is Nigeria. They should wonder what's happening in Lagos.
Exactly. that they're lamenting there. Do you know what Lagos is saying?
I saw news from the East Imo State, to be precise, talking about increase in rents too by landlords. And I heard the price, which is actually an increase from what they used to pay before, because I know what they used to pay. You could get a self-contained back then as much as 80,000, and it's good enough for you. But now they're talking about close to 150 to 200,000, which is a sharp increase for them. But come here in Lagos, in some areas in Lagos here.
One room is like 500,000.
You get the point. And so we move on. We move on to other stories that we have right here. Patients stranded as doctors in Lagos embark on strike. Really sad one. Our NSCDC officer was stabbed, died in Abuja. That story you find on the Daily Trust newspaper. So go look at that one for you to find out more. On the Vanguard newspaper, the biggest story it has is the $100,000 cash gift to the Super Falcons, the National Honor and the House, 3-bedroom flat to be precise. And of course, you see other stories right here. Our resilience saved Nigeria varsities from total collapse under Buhari. This is according to ASU. That story you find on page 11. Over 130 security agents killed in ongoing Katsina anti-banditry war. Go find that one on page 7 as well. Alausa unveils initiative to connect Nigerian expats at home, diaspora. Page 9 is where you see that story. And moving finally to the Punch newspaper this morning. The Punch newspaper leads with this one. Electricity Act Amendment Bill. FG may sell 11 discos to new investors. NERC to enforce discos recapitalization, reprivatization. Amendment Bill advances at NAS. For me, this one, well, it's something that many people has been calling for, because many people felt like, how does discos not delivering? And if they are not delivering, maybe we give it to someone else. Maybe we give it to people who can actually do the job. And we know before this was sold to many of these disco, there were rumors that maybe some of these things will be sold to their friends and cronies who might not even be capable of doing the job properly. And over the years, we've seen that some of these discos are maybe not capable. And with this news,
why did they privatize some things in Nigeria?
Well,
is it sometimes, is it good?
Well, yes. The truth of the matter is, once it's privatized, it becomes a business officially, and nobody wants their business to suffer, to cripple. Everybody.
Does it create employment for?
Well, it's supposed to. All of this is supposed to happen. But the truth of the matter is, has it happened in Nigerians' case? Which the answer is a no. Has it benefited us as much as we thought it was supposed to benefit us when we're taking away the PHCN from government and handing it over to the private sector? Has it gotten to what we want it to get to? And the answer is no. And I guess this is what the federal government has seen and saying, okay, 11 of you are not doing the job you ought to do.
Yeah.
And probably it's time for us to move it to other discos or other investors who can actually do the job. Now the question is, these investors you are handing it over to, are they legitimately going to do the job?
Are they going to behave the way the last people behaved?
Or are they just, And
Nigeria is fond of something, my friend.
Obviously, which is the part I'm coming to. Or maybe this is just a political move to say, okay, this 11, you guys were favored because you were the past administration's friends. It's time for us to... This one will
favor me, so I'm going to call him my friend again. Instead of getting good hands.
Which is what we need. Good hands. And it's also a perfect place for us to call it an end, to today's edition of the newspaper review. Getting quality hands for all the activities that we do that run Nigeria's affair is the only way that Nigeria gets to that destination that it really deserves to get to, where indeed we can beat our hand on our chest and call ourselves the giant of Africa. We need to do the work, and until we do the work, I guess we're not the giants we think we are. My name is Uche Okorie. Thank you so much for joining us on the newspaper review this morning. Until I come your way again tomorrow for another edition, have yourself a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday.
Yes, and this is me saying bye, dude. Enjoy your day. It's Jumaili Yasu here. Till we meet again next time. Bye.